When, on January 26, Niger decided to take control of its destiny, we were surprised to see ECOWAS appear from I don't know where, with a force on standby. Where was this strength when thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by the terrorists? Where was this force when thousands of Malians and Burkinabes died under the bullets of terrorists? They said that by force, they were going to dislodge the armies of the AES. Decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in waiting. Let's return to our famous ECOWAS. Since we decided to leave ECOWAS, living room slaves have been operating everywhere. They want to scare the people. They want to scare everyone. Thank God. In the recent past, there were only a handful of people who had the right to speak on TV sets. That's what they said to each other, who was ready for the gospel. Today, with new technologies, which of course have advantages and disadvantages, everyone has the right to speak. And I think the flock is the first to think that. Everyone can make their own analysis of a situation. We can certainly make a mistake, but when someone comes to us to understand, we are very open to explaining the procedures to you. Here, we will explain why we left this ECOWAS and where we are going. Remember that it was in 1975 that it was created, and it was created by the majority of putschist heads of state. As they like to say, it was soldiers who took power and who took their responsibilities to create ECOWAS so that there would be real economic growth for the people within this space. Later, the so-called Democrats have invited themselves to the head of our states. They completely emptied the community of its foundation. When, on January 26, Niger decided to take control of its destiny, we were surprised to see ECOWAS appear from I don't know where, with a force on standby. Where was this strength when thousands and thousands of Nigerians were killed by the terrorists? Where was this force when thousands of Malians and Burkinabes died under the bullets of terrorists? They said that by force, they were going to dislodge the valiant sons of Niger, who took the destiny of their country into their hands. Do you believe that it is weak men who are in Niger? There are fighters there. The Nigerian army is warlike. They have been fighting for years. It is not a parade army or a peacekeeping army. And the armies of the AES decided to unite. We are waiting for this force in waiting. It is necessary that the so-called Democrats understand that when thousands of Nigerians died in their hospital beds due to lack of electricity or lack of medication, it was a crime. They are responsible for these sanctions. They are responsible for these deaths. The same thing is happening in Mali with Burkina. We have indirect sanctions because people need to understand. When they take their instructions from the other side, they come, they do everything to apply it. It is shameful. Some have decided not to provide electricity to our countries. It's not free and we pay. And this contributes to their economy. They tried to make Mali suffer. And of course, by disregarding all the laws and no longer give electricity to Mali, hoping that the population will revolt. It did not work. When it lasted, some were forced to make their own people pay by increasing the cost of electricity. This will increase further. This gives us several lessons. Several lessons in the sense that the independence and sovereignty that we are advocating for, we must do everything to ensure that it happens. They gave us very good lessons. And we understood very well. Some closed their seaports, which moreover goes against all international laws. Because you cannot close the ports to a landlocked country. They did it. They violated the texts. The international community did not say a word. No one spoke about it in ECOWAS. In the ports, we do not transit our goods for free. We pay. And those who do it are today bearing the brunt. And I think it's a lesson for them too, that we should not apply the instructions of their masters. They must understand this forever. ECOWAS has never issued a press release to congratulate a victory of our armies. It rarely condemns lip service, and very rarely condemn when there are massacres. Where is this ECOWAS of the people? In short, we cannot name all the bad that has been done to our peoples. But we have decided with all soul and conscience to withdraw and concentrate on our common organization, which is the AES. Remember that there is no fear. Because by prospecting and getting to work, we noticed one thing. Recently some have decided to prohibit the export of certain food products to Burkina Faso. Alright. They have given a duration. We will ensure that, at the end of this period, we will prohibit the entry of these products into our territory. We are capable. We are capable and we are very capable. We have done a lot of experience this year. And I can assure you that on the food side, Burkina can be self-sufficient. And we have brave farmers. We will do everything we can to ensure that our farmers can plow their land and cultivate with dignity. And I challenge anyone who doubts this, that if we decide today, in Burkina Faso, to be in 3 or 5 years leading cocoa exporter, we will be. Because we can. On industrialization, several projects are underway for 2024. We are not going to mention them here, but it is only because we are going to do everything so that these projects sees the light of day in 2024. When you take the economy, when we listen to them, it's pitiful. They don't even have the courage to make the people understand that there is less than 5% of economic exchange between ECOWAS states. Because everything that we bring comes from space outside ECOWAS, our imports for the majority, and everything we export outside ECOWAS. The intellectual dishonesty of some. They can't say it because they are living room slaves. They cannot tell you that, so that you can be confident. But I invite you to remain confident, serene, imperturbable, because we can. We can have this independence, both on the food level and on the industrial level. It is possible, and we are on this path. So, the words that tend to scare you, which tend to sow panic, you have to get rid of it. We will get to work and we'll get there. So, let's come back to a general aspect of Africa. Thomas Sankara said that the slave who is not capable of assuming his revolt does not deserve that we pity his fate. He alone will answer for his misfortune. If he has illusions about the suspicious condescension of a master who claims to free him, only the struggle that liberates. And I'm going to tell you that if, to free oneself, a slave has illusions about the providence of a belief that his master imposed on him to keep him in darkness, he sticks his finger in the eye, he will forever remain blind in the darkness, and will never see the light of day. God himself said, God does not like the lazy, God does not like the ignorant. God does not like the one who does not fight. Because let's say help yourself, and the sky will lose. And I won't ignore part of the slogan therefore. Pioneers who live among us today dare to fight, know how to win. We dare to fight in the AES and we will know how to win. Do not be afraid. The citizen monitoring that you have initiated is a message to all of Africa about the way Burkina is united and supportive. All the peoples of Africa who suffer martyrdom. But we also want to say that it is time for Africans to stop feeling sorry for themselves about their fate, to mourn, to lament. We must fight. It won't come from heaven all alone. You have to fight first, and God will help you. And Burkina Faso is ready to help all people who are fighting. Tell this to all the people who are fighting. It's time that they tell their leaders the truth. In Burkina Faso, when it came to us to contribute so that the FDS are equipped, the deputies no longer have a salary today. They only have transfer allowances. The salaries of ministers have been reduced as much as possible, and the people contribute. You cannot be fighting and wanting leaders to be in an insulting luxury. The people must wake up and demand this from their leaders. And to conclude, I'm therefore launching an appeal to all the peoples of the AES through you, so that they remain united and united. All suffering has an end. The struggle we have engaged in is hard, but we must remain with our heads on our shoulders. Because the lethal weapon of imperialism remains manipulation through communication. Know how to recognize local problems Know how to recognize house slaves. Know how to recognize all those who are bribed to come and sell you false information. For yourself, stay calm and not divided. Because imperialism has 1,000 tricks up its sleeve. You must be vigilant. Vigilant and very vigilant. Thanks to you, the VDP therefore from the different cities who watch day and night, so that our homeland remains standing and therefore pay homage every day to the FDS and the VDP who are fighting at the front. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you to everyone who came here so that we can talk to each other. Thank you to those who are outside, who were unable to come. For the land or death.